Hello, fair listeners, and welcome to episode 3 of Nerd D&D. My name's Sean, otherwise known as Steve. And I play Bonorail, who had an interesting week last week, who I basically held a didgeridoo for pretty much the whole episode. Also, my character was getting sick and fucking tired of the cow jokes, so went for Frank Bunty, who had an adventure on his own. Hi Frank, how you doing?
How do? So I'm Reg, and I do play Frank Bunty, and I had a very interesting episode last time around, and I'm very excited to see where this is going. Hopefully somewhere we can leave Bonorail, maybe like a field so he feels at home. Yeah. Also, she feels at home.
Stop coming for it. If you stop coming for her, she'll leave you alone.
You think for me with your fists?
It's because you made a cow joke. Listen, I said at the start, my character's unhinged.
Move on from it. Come on.
In case people are lost, by the way, it turned out Bonorail was found amongst a field of cows and was brought up by said cows.
Yeah, brought up by cows.
Just so you understand where the cow jokes are coming from.
It's utter nonsense.
Yeah. Exactly, a nonsense of cows.
Then we have Draco Justice, who's played by our fair Dan, who has never been on before.
No.
Sorry, played by Dave. I do get confused. You both begin with D.
That is true. That is very true. Draco Justice, who had his first experience.
I'll go through that. We've talked about the abundance of D in our podcast before.
Inappropriate.
But yeah, Draco Justice didn't realise what a boat was or what a kraken was. He spent the whole time not really having a clue what was going on. Dave, do you want to give your thoughts?
Yeah, correction on that. He knew exactly what was going on, but he presumed that everyone else thought that was just normal, and therefore it was fine. Or rather, it wasn't fine, but everyone was just dealing with it in a way that everyone deals with it when they get on a boat and they get attacked by ghosts and krakens. So, Draco Justice knows what a boat is. He'd never been on one, and therefore presumed that this was the way that every boat journey was.
Every turn he was like, "Is this normal?"
No one said anything. So as far as Draco Justice is concerned, that is normal because no one corrected him otherwise.
And then we have the big, bad, powerful Lord Sugar.
All right. Listen, all I did, I found some sparkling wood, and I worked out that was just some magic spell that was attracting krakens left, right, and centre. And I tried to intimidate people, and that didn't really work, so I just carried on about my business.
And this pretty much brings us up to date. I'm going to hand over to our Dungeon Master Doddy, who's going to go through the finer detail and get us started. Thank you very much.
Before we do, well, Doddy, say hi at least. Go on.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry.
Just threw me in
before we started recording, we were sort of making sure that everyone was available. And I just want to ask Dave. Dave said that he's available for weddings, bar mitzvahs, and D&D games. Mm-hmm. What would you do at a wedding or a bar mitzvah? I'm curious what your skills are.
I'm renowned for speeches. I could do it in character.
A bar mitzvah speech.
I could do a mitzvah speech.
Okay. You get dressed up as a dragonborn.
Mazel tov. I'd rock up. No, I don't dress up as a dragonborn. I just believe that I am one. So when everyone talks to me, I just assume that they can see me as a dragon, and it's not weird at all.
Is this what all bar mitzvahs are like?
Exactly. Draco Justice wearing a yarmulke, giving a speech, and finishing off with Mazel tov.
I like it. Can that be your catchphrase?
I think I might upset some people.
Roll for Mazel tov. Love it.
Yeah.
Roll to see how many people it upsets.
Yeah, I don't feel like we need that kind of heat, I'll be honest.
Fair enough. So. Okay, sorry. I was curious. I saw it and I was like, it's all well and good, but I'm curious what you think you could bring to a bar mitzvah.
Jack of all trades, Dan. I can bring whatever you need. In character or out.
Let's do this.
Cool.
Do this.
Sorry, Doddy.
Before I start, DM did make his first boo-boo, and I'm glad it was episode 2. Character, one that has disappeared.
Molly
is actually Millie. I referred to her as Millie in episode 1, and then she became Molly in episode 2. Molly is a completely different character who you're going to meet pretty soon.
Jesus Christ.
See, it's even right in my notes. I even wrote Millie. Millie Ulyss. Multiple
Dan even
daggers,
said,
that's what I wrote.
Millie. And I was like, no, it's Molly. No, that was me. That's on me. My apologies.
Yes, because Molly went missing, didn't she? Everyone else is all right. But I know that was Millie that went missing.
Millie's not missing. Millie's terrifying.
Right,
Millie, Brent Bonerail, is terrifying, apparently.
Yes. Good.
Awesome.
Right.
Sauce.
Notes adjusted.
Right.
Here we go. Breakdown of what happened. You came around on the ship, the Drudge, last week after being hit by a wave of spirits. A Kraken decided to play chicken with the ship. You all mustered together with the crew, helped out. A few of you had a few interactions with some of the crew. Some of them are overt and some were covert. And you made your way into Bullport, where you have met Corvix Malice and Andros Lightfoot, who seem to be the officials of Bullport. Begin.
Nice.
Just to clarify, Draco Justice actually helped no one in the whole thing and spent most of his time talking to a ghost. So that's always fun. Everyone else is up there actually chipping in.
We obviously weren't privy to this information about the ghost, even though IRL we heard the entire conversation, but in-game we've no idea.
Well, as I presume, the officials are approaching, Draco will gather his party as we're walking in and just say, I feel it's important that you all are aware that I spoke to a ghost child. This is every
of course you did, Draco.
How do you manage this properly, though, in the sense that sometimes you know privileged information, but you're not allowed to act on it?
Well, you just do that.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
It's
like
pretending.
some of the group don't know you've stolen stuff. Oh,
he didn't steal from me. No, I presume that every ship has a ghost child, yes?
I mean, I've heard of different ghosts occupying ships, not always children.
This was a
not
child.
Always
that was
human. Sometimes animals.
Was this a good ghost or a bad ghost, or did she want to eat your face, or did she just want to kiss your face?
This was the first ghost child I ever experienced. She was different to other children, and she had
not breathing.
That also was true, but mostly it was because she had a certain attitude that didn't seem befitting of a child. But then again, she was a dead ghost child, so I presume that would make her quite different to the average child. Anyway, I digress. She told me something interesting about Millie, was it?
I clearly perk up at that point and get excited.
He mentioned that she was made an offer by the spirits and took the offer, and it didn't sound as if the offer was a kind or friendly one. It seemed like it was laced with some kind of malice. And also, there was some form of... She was going to come back for you, Bonerail.
Oh, making friends already, eh?
Listen, if I need to protect Millie, that's fine. Did she say where Millie was?
No, I sorry, I was not clear. The ghost child says that Millie will be returning for you.
Oh, that's exciting, right?
I don't know.
Menacing?
I mean, for us, yes. For you, not so much.
I don't seem bothered by it at all.
I only remember Millie as having many knives.
Well, at least she didn't make any cow jokes, so I guess that's a winner.
So how do I roll for damage?
You're not gonna punch Lord Sugar. Don't be a man like that.
Look, wait, they can hear us now. Come on, let's address these two royal families.
Lead the way, Lord Sugar. You, after all, have the rank and status.
Okay.
Does he?
Greetings. We come from the distant land of... Wait, where are we from?
Sword Coast.
Sword Coast.
Yep.
We come from the distant land of the Sword Coast to rid you of the terrible... Sorry, I need to be cockney. To rid you of this terrible evil that has befallen your wonderful land. How may we help thee, and how much does it pay?
You roll me a charm, yeah. Let's see. Persuasion I'm gonna go with.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
4. 8.
That should have been performance.
20. 16 and a 4. 20.
Nice.
Nice. You see Corvix and Andros give each other a cheeky look from either side of the harbour. They even nod to each other, and Andros passes you a token.
Oh, thank you.
My dear fellow, this will grant you an evening stay at the local inn. He points to a huge establishment right on the dock.
That's just for me, right?
That's for you and your friends.
One room?
I'm pretty sure they'll be able to supply with 2 doubles.
Cool. One of you alright with the floor, yeah?
I'll stand guard.
I like it. You don't need to sleep.
I mean, I'm a monk. I'm used to sleeping on straw on a floor or wooden boards. So.
And Vonerail enjoys the fields outside, so you know she can have
Yeah,
that
there's a
instead.
lovely back garden.
We can bring some grass into the room, I presume. Did you bring it from the ship?
I do a dangerous side glance.
When you have settled and everyone is on shore, please come see us in the civic building, and we will discuss adventures that you so seek.
Sounds good.
I wanna try and read situation here if I can, Dottie. Like when they say that, they seem quite welcoming, they seem quite friendly, but also they've rocked up with like guards and armor and the rest of it. Can I roll insight to see whether Draco sort of believes what they're saying with regards to this fun adventure?
Certainly.
I rolled a 1, so I'm gonna.
What was your overall total?
Total of 5. Because I thought to myself, insight check. I got +4 insight check. That's a good shot there, right? I rolled a critical failure. So do with that what you will, Dottie. I'd like to point out that I wasn't holding a weapon, nor was I speaking. I was simply looking. So
Yeah, you don't get a read at all on Andros's body language whatsoever.
everything seems fine then. No problem.
So, Dottie, tell me who is there a couple of people here?
Yes, you've got Corvix Malice, who is on the left-hand side as you're facing the harbour, and the gentleman speaking to you is Andros Lightfoot.
Right. Okay. Do me a favour, guys. Who's got the most perception?
Perception -2.
+2.
+2.
Okay. So I'm going to go up to Draco Justice, and I'm going to say, can you tell me which one of these guys looks the weakest to you?
What are you thinking?
Doing a thing.
I mean,
They don't need intimidating. We don't even know what's going on yet.
We haven't even been given anything to do. We've just been given a token to go to an inn, have a chill, and then go get a mission so we can actually start shit.
If you cause any mischief,
I'm
then I'm
let's stop
disowning
this.
you from the group.
Listen, I've just been told that my mate's potentially going to come back and stab us up, so I'm on edge right now.
I tell you what. Let's play it through. So you've said
Okay.
which of them looks stronger. If Dottie's cool with that, I'll roll perception and I'll eye him up. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to fight anybody. I'm a monk. But I will throw a die. Nat 20 to make up for my
one
critical
same to
failure
the other.
before.
Nice.
So
Not one and a
22.
20.
Corvix, hands down.
Is the stronger or the weaker?
Corvix looks physically stronger, more broad-shouldered. His arms do have muscle definition more than normal, whereas Andros just looks more lean.
Okay, thank you. I'll quietly to Bonarail say that it would appear that Andros is the one with lesser physical strength, but I would advise caution. These seem to be our friends so far, and I don't believe that open violence now would be very useful.
Okay. Also, are these guys going to know much about like what's been going on in the ships and stuff? And are we ahead of like everybody else? Has no one else landed yet, or can we not see anybody?
You were literally first off.
Okay, I'm gonna stay out here and wait for other boats. You guys go in.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Off we go.
I'm gonna follow Lord Sugar and Frank Bunty and give Bonerail a little half wave as I walk past.
You head towards the inn that was pointed out to you.
What is the name of the inn?
It is referred to as the local.
The local.
Seems fair.
This bar is outside. There's seating as well. Inside, as you step through a double door, it's huge. It is 250 feet wide. It's 300 foot deep. At the 300 foot point, you hit the bar, and the bar takes up the space of the whole of that back wall. And inserted, you see there are huge kegs of beer.
Friend Bunty's eyes just light up. He's like, well, I think we know what we need to do first.
It's first thing in the morning, so you see they're clearing up breakfast. The smell of, obviously, bacon, meats is still in the air, fresh bread that's been cooked. The odd smell of ale, someone's had a cheeky pint. Breakfast.
Look, we're not on holiday. You don't need to drink at this time in the morning.
I just need to get my land legs back. It's been an age since I've been on a boat. So I definitely recommend we have some breakfast. Let's sturdy ourselves and maybe
Breakfast I'm good with.
a cheeky one, and then and we'll wait for Bonerail to do whatever it is that Bonerail does. So if we're in the inn now on the inside, having a look around, are there many patrons still at tables? Are there any sort of groups that we can see that look
So we can
out of
eavesdrop.
place?
Roll me a perception.
I shouldn't have asked that.
You and Dan. You both shouted up then.
Okay, I got 15.
Perception. I got 12.
You both notice there's a few. Most look like the local hand workers. They help on the docks. They run stalls. There's no group that's obviously standing out. They just look like local commoners having breakfast. Except for Reg. In the bottom left corner, there is a dwarf who has a lot of items like sat next to him. When you go shopping and you go to a booth and you just dump your shopping to one side of you, that's what it looks like. And he's having a conversation with a couple of humans. Looks like there's a bit of a deal going on. His eyes look up to meet you, and then but his conversation is still with the gents in front of him, and his eyes go back to the gents he's dealing with.
Okay.
Also, you both notice that there isn't a male server at all where you are.
It's my kind of place.
Jesus Christ.
I'm very intrigued to know what's going on with this deal. So that's in the bottom left-hand corner in that booth. Is there a booth nearby that's free?
Yes.
Yep.
There seems to be no one sitting close to that area. Everyone's kind of giving it distance.
Okay, I'm going to flick some coin to Draco and just say, you get the drinks in and the breakfast. I'm going to grab a table, grab a pew, and I'll walk over to the not the one next to them, but the one away from that one. And I'm just going to listen in and just see if I can sort of have
Are you
a
going
glance.
for a booth up against the wall, or are you going to go for a table?
I'm going to go for a table if that's got the best look at their sort of deal that they're doing, so I can sort of see if I can have a little, what's going on in there, and maybe see what's in these bags of all the items. Just want to have a perusal of the scene.
Okay, you roll me a perception.
Everything's perception. 18 minus 2, 16.
16.
I'm doing good.
Okay, so you see the deal is happening. The two gents who are human, one of them takes out an item. You don't get to see what it is. It's wrapped in a cloth, but he fumbles it onto the table. His hands are shaking. He fumbles it onto the table, passes it to the dwarf, and the dwarf passes him a bag of coins, then quickly takes the item off the table and stashes it.
Does the dwarf notice me looking at him while he's doing this?
Roll me a deception.
11 plus 3 for 14.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Draco, what are you doing? We'll trigger. What are you doing?
Draco's going to the bar with Frank Bunty's coin.
I'm curious what's going on here. Frank Bunty seems to be. I mean, it's a fellow dwarf that he's seeing, so I'm quite happy to let him deal with whatever's going on. But I definitely think we should be finding out what on earth they're trading between the two of them.
So Draco, you're at the bar. There is a lady. She's in her 30s, and she comes over to you. She introduces herself as Maria Fulworth.
Is Maria into dragon dudes, or is she just testing the waters here? She like the type where she's like, humans only, or does she like the idea of big scaly dragon man? Just so I know how to approach this.
She doesn't seem scared of you.
That's not what I was getting at, but that's a good start.
She's quite chirpy. I know it's what kind of vibes you get, but it's difficult because this is your first.
That's fine.
And bear in mind, we're all sharing a room.
Oh. Hey, I just wanted to know whether she was some kind of crazy port racist. I don't know. Okay, cool. Well, I was going to approach her and say, hail and well met. Can I have a round of your finest breakfast meat and beverage, please, for my party? I don't know where this accent has come from, but it's now his accent. It has changed to now being sort of weirdly Toast of London, I think.
In my head, I'm just seeing Draco go all nervous. He's just like, wow, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. Can I have drink?
Breakfast beverage and breakfast meat for my party. That would be 4 of us. One is outside, but he will be here soon. She will be here soon. I'm sorry, I get mixed up with human gender.
Make sure there's no beef, though. Just, Bonnerell might get upset.
Oh, God, my cousin.
Sure.
So
I'll have one of the ladies bring it over to you. But she turns around and says, what did you say to her? You can't tell the difference between human gender.
I said I have difficulty with human gender.
She leans onto the bar, pushing her bosoms together.
Jesus.
Females tend to be the pretty ones, and we've got these little love pillows that we like to flaunt.
Well, hail and well met, Maria, and your love pillows.
The dragon after dark.
I'm learning much on this journey.
She laughs and says, "You don't get out much, do you?"
This is my first time on a boat. I do not recommend it.
She's like, this isn't a boat, this is a pub.
Also my first time in a tavern of this type. I do recommend this.
Excellent. It gets a bit loud later on. We have live bands performing every night. A few of the local bards come in singing songs.
I enjoy a good bard. Not like that. You know what I mean. Like the music. Like, I don't want it to be oh, it's weird. It's weird now. I'll go.
Go take a seat, Stud.
Yep, we'll go with nice to meet you. I head back to the table and just lean into Frank Bunty and Lord Sugar and be like, so the women have love pillows, apparently. I'm learning all sorts of new things about human types. Apologies, Lord Sugar. I believe you are one.
Listen, mate. These are just old age moves. There's not much I can do about them. I'm trying to eat healthy. And you bring me here, you feed me blooming fry up.
Breakfast meat.
This time in the morning. Normally just a kale smoothie kind of guy.
It's 8 silver pieces in total.
Thank you. Whatever Frank Bunty gave me, I shall give him his change back.
Okay.
Cool.
Moments go by and your drinks and food is delivered to your table. So yes, a selection of cooked meats like porks, bacons, there's cheeses, mushrooms, fried onions, and a few eggs.
Easy breakfast.
With two freshly cooked loaves.
I just start stroking my beard and salivation. It's like, I miss this.
As soon as you're tucking in, you see the 2 gents leave the table. And we'll go to Bonarail.
Oh,
God damn it!
Okay, that's twice you've done it to me now.
Have they left the tavern?
They're leaving the tavern, yeah.
Okay. So just to draw the scene, there's 2 guys, and I'm guessing some kind of jetty for the boat. Is that right?
Yep. 2 guys plus their retinues. They each have a retinue of soldiers.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, I need to explain what I'm doing because I'm just sort of waiting out there.
Okay.
So I'm going to go up to the most weakest one. I'm not going to intimidate them. As a very matter-of-fact thing, I'm going to tell them, listen, I've just come off a boat. We had a pretty shit time. A friend that I made is potentially in trouble.
Your best friend.
I've got a lot of fucking questions. So I'm waiting for the rest of them to show up to see what their experiences were. And then I'm going to ask them if they've got any tools to see like oncoming ships, like
looking glass,
like a looking glass,
telescopes, that sort of thing. He immediately points towards like watchtowers and a couple of lighthouses. So yeah, we've got plenty of people to keep an eye out.
Has there been any word of other boats?
Not yet, no.
Yeah, the time difference between the boats was quite significant, wasn't it? It was like half a day here and there, wasn't like a few minutes?
Yeah.
Or do you mean the other parties that were on the boat? The ones that were on our boat? Are you going to ask them?
Oh yeah, where are all they?
They've been talking to the captain and then coming off the ship. That's pretty much what they've been doing.
So they're just milling about?
They're just milling about. They're in no particular rush. They're enjoying what freedom they have at the minute.
So I'm going to take some time going around asking them some questions then.
Fire away.
First of all, I'm going to approach the captain.
Yep. She's come off the ship and she's talking to the crew. Various hands that are outside, what she wants offloading and what she wants loading on.
Okay. So I'm going to say to her, listen, I need to know what you know and what your crew knows. I'm going to tell her about Millie and what I know, and ask her if she knows anything.
First, I've heard you know more about Millie than I do. I'll have to speak to the crew, see if anyone else knows.
Okay. So I think it's important that you do. I'll be inside. No, I'll be out here. I'm going to stay out here. I just want to see what's going on. Are there any like trees?
Not nearby, no.
Anything high or any structures?
There is a wall area that you can sit on.
But it's not very high.
Not overly. It's not hugely high.
So nothing to do acrobats on top of. I imagined. Like there being like a big building or something or tree that I could sit in like a Spider-Man. But at this point, it doesn't seem like there's anything I can do, so I'm just going to go inside.
Cool. Okay. That's where it's all happening, plus we got your breakfast.
We are a good party. And Frank paid for it, so...
Yeah, thanks, Frank.
All right.
Cheers.
Sweet. I see that there's cheese and just start tucking in.
Of course you do. Dairy.
It's fair to say you walked into that one, I'm afraid, Sean.
Yep.
I'm just glaring at Lord Juggen.
So
He's already annoyed.
So, if you eat your breakfast, Monorail will come and join you and tuck into what you've left over.
So is the dwarf still at the other table?
Yeah, he's sat there. He seems to have a ledger in his hand with various bookmarks. It looks like he's slammed in a lot of randomly different sized pages and pieces of paper. And he's using a quill and ink and he's filling in.
Okay. But Frank, I would suggest you sort of go and try and relate to him, on his level, because you're both dwarves, so he'll maybe have a bit more respect for you than he will me, a human, and see what was going on, see if there's anything we can get in on.
Yeah, that was my plan.
Cool.
If I just want to finish the bite I'm having, and just sort of wipe my mouth with my sleeve, and grab my tankard, and just walk over to the dwarf, and just be like, "Hey, brother, nice to see a familiar face around here. Mind if I join?"
He doesn't look up. He says, "Yeah, take a seat. Not a problem. Always good to get some relief in the area from you adventurers. Doesn't matter where you come from. This little island's a mess."
Yes, we've been brought out here to help out, as I believe there's some troubles. Speaking of which, those humans, everything okay? I wanted to just come over and make sure all's good.
Yeah. More of a private deal.
Right, okay. And the items that he stole up by the side, now I'm at his table, can I glance at them without him noticing? Can I have a cheeky little look and see what they are?
Yeah, most of them aren't even really hidden. So immediately to his right, there is a shield with like a eagle's crest on it. There's a bag behind that, resting on. Next to that, there is a warhammer, which is giving off a glow. Next to that, there's a few javelins of various designs, shapes, and made out of different materials. And a spear.
Okay, is the spear and the javelins, and is there anything about them at all? Seeing as the eagle crest, obviously that's something to do with a house or an army, isn't it? That's a symbol. The Warhammer's got a good glow to it, so these are weapons dealer, or an arms dealer, possibly. So I just look at him and be like, that Warhammer, it's giving off a nice glow. Are these for sale? Is that what you're doing here?
Frank doesn't mess around. Oh, brother, how are you doing? Oh, you selling some weapons, or what are you doing?
Well, I've already informed him that we're here to help. So if you can give us any sort of aid that may be able to assist us in the troubles that you're having, maybe we can help you out. You scratch my back.
He chuckles and finishes writing, and then draws like I want to say a line, but it's like a fancy line that he waves to and from till the ink runs out. Closes his book and puts it away, and then looks at you and puts his hand out. My name's Gruff.
Hi, Gruff. I'm Frank Bunty, and that's my party on the other table. But they're just indulging in their breakfast, so I thought I'd come over and say hi.
Draco waves.
All right.
Look, I am a kind of weapons dealer. I deal in items that I'm chasing. And in order to get some of them, I have to do multiple deals in order to get the stuff I need.
Am I in earshot of this?
He's not being quiet.
Right, okay.
Right, okay. So this sounds good. So this could potentially be something that we can help you with. As you've already pointed out, we are adventurers. We travel far and wide. So maybe there's something that we can do to assist you. I noticed you've got a ledger full of stuff you're looking for. And it looks like there's some mighty fine weapons right there. So
I'm gonna start calling you Frank Finesse Bunty. Hey, you sell weapons? I see you got a book there. Is it full of weapons you want to buy? Is it, what'd you get? It's a man's keeping secrets. Frank does not give a shit.
Yep.
So I'm gonna walk over after hearing this.
Yeah. So he reiterates himself. I don't deal in weapons. I'm not a smith. I'm not going to.
you're a collector.
Make you an item. I am a trader. I used to dabble in stuff. My circumstances quickly changed very quickly. Like, it was unbelievable. And now I need a specific set of items for personal reasons.
Okay. Whilst we're here and we are travelling, then we can always have an eye out for specific items if it's going to be worth our while.
So Doddy, I walk over and just drop 2 daggers on the table and a ring, and then just look at him.
Well, that's what you stole, wasn't it?
I don't know about you guys, but I'm really eager to see how this plays out.
Yeah.
I'm staying very quiet because I'm excited to see what the dwarf with the magical hammer responds to here. Draco's just munching on breakfast meat and just quaffing weak ale and just watching what's happening.
I've been listening to Frank Bunty's business pitch here.
Yeah.
He turns to his right and ruffles around in the bag and takes out 2 leather gloves, which are glowing in magic, and quickly waves his hands over the items. He pushes one of the daggers back to you. This is not magical.
Alright.
Pushes the ring back to you, says, I'm not interested in that. The dagger, I might be able to find a buyer for you if you're selling.
What are we talking about?
I don't know, I'll have to research what it is.
How long do you need it?
Couple of days probably.
What can I get from you as collateral? I'm not just going to leave you with the dagger.
My word.
I laugh.
Are we still going to be here in a couple of days?
I understand. Strangers to a new area. I get it. I understand.
I mean, we've at least got one extra bit of info out of this interaction, and that is that 2 of the items are useless and 1 of them is magical. So maybe we don't want to sell it, maybe we want to know what it is.
Yeah, since he's got the glove, he's obviously identified it, so maybe ask him what that dagger is.
Well, he doesn't know, that's what he said, he's got researching.
Yeah, but if he can do the research, why can't we?
I'm going to lean in and say your word and what else. Keeping in mind that I've got +6 intimidation, so we need to roll.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I also, how have you got +6 intimidation?
Very intimidating. 10 + 6, 16.
Dwarf rolls a 1 and pisses his pants. Or a nat 20, and he just knocks you on your ass. One of the 2.
You say what you say, and he's like, oh god, all right, okay, I understand. Monorail, you feel a metallic object, quite sharp, close to your inner thigh.
From him?
From him.
You got an under-table crossbow.
Plastic.
He leans on his right fist and his elbow on the table. He's looking at his demeanor has changed from oh no to
Okay, I'm going to say to him that there's...
Shall we start this conversation again?
I'm going to say, listen, there's 4 of us and 1 of you. All I'm asking for is collateral.
There's one of you. There's one of you.
Okay, these guys can't hear what I'm saying because I'm whispering to him. I'm saying there's 4 of us and there's 1 of you, and I'm asking for collateral. I'm not trying to rob you. I'm trying to make sure that you're not going to rob me.
Can also point out, isn't Frank sitting right there?
Yeah.
I mean, you've not left yet, right? You're sitting there just like, what the fuck is going on?
So he's like, I want that Warhammer, basically.
And Dardy, that's could that be a persuasion?
That is a persuasion.
That's +4.
So hang on. So let me get this straight, Reg. Are you in on this plan? Because if it all goes down, you want that hammer.
Guys,
No, I don't want to fight this guy. I want to help him out.
I'm in a plane. Jesus
What
Christ.
else we can do? But it looks like we might not have a choice in the matter. It looks like we might already be hated from this. And this campaign's going to end very shortly.
Okay, I'm not dealing with you guys. I'm dealing with this guy. I've just rolled a 14 +4. Please don't kill me. I didn't say that to him. That's enough.
That's not your persuasion technique.
No. But yeah, I'm basically trying to make it clear to him that I'm trying to make sure I'm not getting ripped off. We don't pose a threat to him unless he wants us to be a threat to him. But he's only one guy.
He bellows out in laughter, takes the dagger that's digging into your thigh, and then slams it into the table. It has been a while since someone has shown no fear towards me.
My expression doesn't change.
I just grab the tankard and just nail it.
He reaches to his right and writes out a docket and then provides you with a dagger as a swap.
At this point, Draco is gonna wipe his face from the food he's been scrounging hard, get up and walk over and put his hand out to Gruff and say, I believe we are all friends now, yes? I am Draco Justice.
I'm going to walk back to where I was and just carry on eating cheese.
We're acquaintances.
Okay, so you've left your dagger and you've walked away with another dagger.
I've got his dagger.
Yeah, you've left your dagger with him.
Yeah.
And you've got another, could potentially be useless dagger.
Well, listen, Dan, I'm not going to push him for anything else at this point. I think I've learned what my limit is.
Sean has made it as far as possible and somehow not been stabbed to death, so he's done okay, I think, considering.
Yeah.
2 very different approaches there, though. The Frank Bunty, hey, we're best friends, what are you up to? And the Bonorail, I'm gonna stab you if you don't give me something to stab somebody else with, apparently. Despite the fact that you're already covered in daggers, you gotta have one more dagger, apparently.
You can never have too many daggers.
You meet one person on a boat who's covered in daggers, and suddenly you're all like, oh, I need all the daggers I can get my hands on, apparently.
As I'm walking away, I give him a nod and say I'll be back in a few days.
Cool.
Don't lose my dagger. I'm coming for you.
I want to look at Gruff on the way past and go, we cannot guarantee that we will return.
I'm sorry.
He said, don't walk away with my dagger or I'll come for you.
I thought he was giving me the dagger.
Yeah, he means leave.
Really.
It's collateral.
Yeah,
he means leave the island.
Don't leave for good without giving him back his dagger.
I see what you mean. So this dagger's actually worth something. That's interesting.
Oh, it is to him.
Okay, so I turn to Gruff and just be like, women, eh?
I'm just gonna throw that dagger. No, I'm not.
Did you say women, hey?
Yeah.
I really want to.
Hey. Like hay, like, bales of hay, did you get it?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
good. Awesome. Just saying.
I was wondering whether that interaction was ever going to end, though, because Sean was properly milking it.
Yeah.
So, just before I leave you be so you can do your research and crack on with what you're doing, you said you had a specific set of items. What can we help you do?
That way you're going to be starting off. You're going to find the stuff I need.
Well, there's no harm in advising us what you're looking for. You know, like I said, it's not our first rodeo.
I'll see. Here, take one of these. He takes out a black opal stone. Applies it to you. If you come across an item that you can't identify, like a magical item that's given off glow, and use the identify spell that most spellcasters know, if it comes up like it doesn't know anything, it doesn't reveal itself to you, then maybe I'll be interested in something like that.
Right. Okay. So
as I say, I'm not interested in mundane stuff unless it's going to be part of a multiple trade, which leads me to something bigger and better.
Right. Okay. So I'll take the black opal stone from him, slide out of the booth.
Oh,
and say we will
before you go, you not want to know what the dagger does?
I slide back into the booth.
Up to you if you tell your friend. It's a bit hot. She's a bit hot-headed.
I am a bit hot-headed.
So I'll put my hand on my brow and lean in a little bit closer.
Okay, so you take the dagger and you throw it. It'll hit whoever's going to hit, and it'll come back to your hand.
Nice.
I want it back.
I want it back.
You'll have it from his still beating heart.
Right.
Okay, cool. I won't relay that information to Bonneral just yet.
Okay. For stats, it is a +1 dagger.
Okay, and she has that on her person, doesn't she?
She has that on her person, yes.
Cool. Right. Okay. I can appreciate the reason as to why you need that back now. We will come back to you with plenty of interesting items. Hopefully something of use for yourself. And thanks for your time.
I won't be here all the time. I travel around.
Do you have a way of communication?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, black opal stone.
I'll let you fire speech.
I'll let you communicate with me.
Cool.
It's once per day. Once per day for 10 minutes. Nice. If I get bored of you, I just shatter the stone. I'll create a new one.
Right.
Just touch the stone and be like, so, Graf, what are you thinking about?
What you doing?
Silly questions. I'll destroy the stone. I'm a businessman.
Okay. Okay, cool. I put the black opal stone in my pouch and slide out of the table and say we'll be speaking shortly.
Oh yeah.
Good day.
Beware the cultists out there. There's a fair few.
Turn and be like, is
As Frank slides back into the booth. Like, sorry, what?
third time lucky, so cultist equals fight. No. So I'll be like, this is, I believe, part of the reason why we're here, is to sort out the aforementioned mess that this is in and the troubles you're having. But thank you for your kind words. Any words of wisdom before we leave?
Make sure they're dead. Kill as many as you can. Stop their plans.
Okay, cool. I give him a nod and just walk away from the table, join our party and say, I think it's time to head to the civil building.
Draco is ready to tidy up and basically he's kind of attached himself to Frank Bunty and he will just follow where Frank goes because he's been kind to him so far and also bought him food. So Draco is a simple man with simple beginnings. And if someone's going to show them a kindness and bring them food, he will follow them where they need to go.
So I turn to Draco and be like, so how'd you find your first time in the inn?
I prefer inns to boats. Inns
Good.
have warm food, warm beer, and warm-hearted women. which I think I like.
With pillows.
I believe I like human women. This is new for me. My monastery was all men, human men, or inhuman men. But now I am seeing a world, and although it took a boat that I did not enjoy, I'm seeing a part of a world that I think I do enjoy, Frank Bunty.
Well, when we get out of here, I will have to take you back to my hometown. If you think this is good, you've not seen an inn like a Dwarven Inn. It will be incredible for yourself.
I look forward to this.
Okay, and then we... so is the party now all finished their food and their drink? Are we ready to go see what's going down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's go outside then. And I believe she said that we need to go to the... Oh, sorry, he said we need to go to the civil building.
Yeah. As you all stand up to leave, Maria comes over with a tray and she starts clearing the plates.
Okay, so thank Maria for her time.
Have a good day. You got a place to stay tonight, fellas?
Oh yeah, here you go. I've got this coin for you.
Okay. Keep it on you. When you come back, pass it to me, and I'll get you a couple of rooms set up.
Sweet.
Thank you very much.
It's been a pleasure, Maria. We will see you soon.
It's a pleasure. I'll see you soon.
Tempted to rob that guy on the way out.
The guy who's got your dagger.
Can I be honest here, Sean? You've done fairly well so far. Better than I thought you would have
Yeah,
done.
you're still alive.
You should
Carry on. I'm joking.
You should totally do it.
You are definitely owed a natural one. You are definitely owed a critical failure. So I would just save that for when you're not going to get murdered before the campaign begins.
That incident has been my favourite interaction so far. That was exciting. Hey guys, if I'm threatening someone with numbers, can you all not scream at the same time? Not with us.
Don't do crazy shit, and we will back you. I told you, Frank Bunty showed me a kindness and bought me a meal, and now I'm his best friend.
But that's my character, though.
That is why we are not best friends.
I'm utilising my what I have around me, and I think I was pretty safe in that situation.
You had a dagger to your inner thigh. You were very lucky. If it was any lower, that dagger would not be on your thigh, it would be in your thigh.
No, it was all good.
You say that, but I've got the stats of the dagger.
Daddy, how close did I just come to dying?
As a DM, I'm not going to tell you.
But as a friend...
I'm going to interpret that, Sean, as one failed roll.
Yeah, that easily would have been a couple of rolls away. Right, cool.
Anyway, let us go where we're going. Get on.
So, you leave the bar. A lovely day. You can see over to the far left, there's one of the group of adventurers that was on the ship with you. They're just walking through the large town and getting a scope for what's available in this area. Which way are you going?
Okay, so they said that we need to go towards the civil building, and the civil building was doesn't say. I didn't tell us where it was. So let's have a mosey through town, and or maybe why don't we ask Maria where the civil building was? Because we haven't been told, have we?
Those guys are outside, aren't they? Can't we just ask them?
Oh yeah, in fact,
there's a few patrons outside. Yeah.
Should we just go and have a look around town, see what else we can find that might be something of interest, or should we just go get the info from the civil building and then see what we need?
Let's get the info. Let's get on that.
Yeah, because we'll probably pass some stuff on the way.
Cool. Let's go speak to the patrons and just be like, "Excuse me, gentlemen, can you just let us know where the civil building is, please?"
One of them is quite boisterous and cocky, and just he's walking a straight line that way. And his mates is shaking their heads, just like, yeah, pretty much that. Follow the harbour straight down, then you'll see a huge road. It's enough to fit 4 or 5 carts down it. Turn down there, you'll see the fountains, and then the civic building is to the left of the fountains.
Cool. Thanks very much. I give the boisterous Jen a stern glare as we walk off.
Can I rob it?
Yes, you can. As every DM says, you can try.
Lord Sugar, because I know you've got high perception. Do any of these fuckers look rich?
Don't get involved.
Yeah, no, this is you. DM's putting his foot down on this one. Asking people to use their skills in a situation for you to benefit from it. No, Sean.
I have this conspiracy theory that Sean's trying to throw this so that he doesn't have to play anymore. He's trying to do all the craziest possible things that are almost certainly going to get him murdered very soon.
Look at all +7 sleight of hand. I can do what I want.
If you don't want to play, Sean, just say you don't want to play. Don't just try and murder your character.
Okay, I'm going to rob that sarcastic guy.
Okay, roll me a sleight of hand.
Oh, jeez.
20. 20 +7, 27. The guy didn't see it coming.
Hang on. How do you have +7 sleight of hand? How many minuses do you have on your sheet? Because you must have some.
I've got a minus. I haven't got many. Hang on.
How does he have +7 sleight of hand?
I've got zeros. Not 0 perception, 0 medicine, 0 insight.
Because sleight of hand's done off dex, isn't it?
What's your dex? 25?
+3. 16.
Yeah, dex will be +3. Plus proficiency, and then he's probably... You have to look at your background. It'll be one of your background.
No minuses. He's got 4 zeros, but no minuses.
I'm not trying to stifle you here. I'm just trying to work out how the hell you got to think that high.
Just doing me, mate. Just doing me.
Cool, that's good. You go ahead and rob the armed men. That's no problem. Go for it.
He sounded drunk, so I'm probably fine.
You acquire a flat metallic object.
Yes. I put it in my bag. Wander around taking shit.
You remind me of Steely from Rick and Morty. Just walking around. I'll take one of these, I'll take that, and I'll take this.
So you head along the docks. You can see there's a lot of stalls set up for quick sales of fresh fish that have just been caught. A lot of competition between a lot of them as they try and sell the morning catch as quickly as they can. On the way down, you see there is a general goods store, and then you come to the road, which is really wide, and then you can see the fountains in the distance.
Can we stop off at the general goods store and just see what's... I know we want to get the information first, and then we'll do that on the way back. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, because we're equipped for what we need to do, right? So we can always stock it up afterwards.
We've got a dagger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And a ring.
I've got a dagger and a ring.
Yeah.
And a flat metallic object, which you've not even asked what it is yet, which is amazing.
I'm going to wait until we settle down. I've just robbed the guy. I'm not going to get out and be like, oh, God.
I don't know. It would be kind of your style.
It really would be.
To rob the guy and be like, hey, mate, what is this thing?
Listen, what was this that was in your back pocket?
I think I played my character very well, actually.
You've definitely played it chaotic neutral.
You've played an unhinged lunatic. So, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
You head up towards the fountain. It is a beautiful fountain. On top of the fountain, there is a statue of a female and a male back to back, kneeling down, facing away from each other. That's about it. The water. The fountain itself, there's various coins in it. Over to your
Sugar just wades into
know
the
where
fountain.
this is going now. Yeah.
No, I don't.
to your left, you see a building that is fitting for a civic building.
Cool. So I point to the building and be like, I believe this is the one. Should we go in and have a look?
Sounds good.
Good. So I head into the building first.
Head to the building first. Doors are open. There are a few guards posted outside. These aren't in any specific regalia. They are just normal town's guard. They're not wearing outfits dedicated to Corvix. They're not dedicated to Andros. They are standard town's guard.
Okay, so I just advised the town's guard that Andros told us to meet him here. When ready, as we've come to assist in their issues. Are we okay to pass?
We're fine. Head on in.
Thank you. I hold the door for Draco.
Well, thank you, Frank Bunty.
My pleasure, sir. My pleasure. And then I slam the door on Bonnerell. No, I don't. I jest. I leave the door. I hold the door open for everybody. And then inside the building, then do we know whereabouts we're going? How big is this sort of building? I know you're going to tell us, aren't you? Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll shut up. I'll just continue.
The foyer you enter is pretty big. Immediately to your left and right, there's doors which are closed. There's a staircase on your left-hand side. Goes to a balcony above your heads. There is a reception area 30 foot into the room. On the left back side, as you're facing the wall, and on your right, there's doors leading down, but these doors are open, and there's various people working.
Okay, so reception, do we think?
Yeah, let's go and announce ourselves.
Yeah, cool. So we head over to reception and ding the little bell if there is one.
You head to the reception. The receptionist looks up, and you ding the bell anyway.
Like, hi.
She tries to keep a composed face, but she can tell that's quite annoying at the same time that she was about to address
She's used to it.
Yeah, she's like, ah, good morning, gentlemen, and ladies. How may I help you?
Apologies for the bell. You look busy, and I didn't think you've seen, so apologies. We're here to see Andros.
Do you have an appointment?
We do. He advised us when we're ready to pop over and see him. We met him outside.
Okay, and your names?
I'm Frank Bunty, and we have Bonnerell, Draco Justice, and Lord Sugar.
Yeah, we're the Nodvengers, innit?
We need a better name, guys.
Okay.
I'm not happy with this at all.
Okay, just give me a minute. I'll go see if he's available.
Cool. So then I turn and be like, the Nodvengers is just so bad, guys.
What about the Saviours of Noddington?
Do we need to nod it up?
No.
Can we not just be something like really like, you know, when people say it has like a meaning behind it or something powerful behind it?
That's our homework for next week.
Yeah.
Find a better name.
That's it.
Yeah. I think we need to, because I can't go to reception and be like, we're the Nodvengers with a straight face. I think that's probably why she laughed a bit as she walked off. We need to mix it up a bit, guys.
Okay. After
a minute.
A couple of minutes, she returns. She says, "If you'd like to follow me, please."
Okay. I give a nod and follow.
A nod.
She leads you down a corridor. On your left-hand side, it's all windows. On your right-hand side, every so often you'll pass a door. Most are closed. You pass one that's filled with scrolls and books, various maps, and then she's leading you straight down the corridor to a large room.
Okay. In order of, as we're walking, Am I really close to her? Or am I quite close to like Lord? Could I be able to have a sneaky word with Lord Sugar as we're walking that she couldn't hear me? Or is she too close?
You can slow your pace down if you wish. The corridor's wide enough for 3 people abreast.
Yeah, I slow my pace down just so I start walking with Lord Sugar towards the door still.
Yeah, because I'm slow because I'm old anyway. So
yeah, I just turn to her and be like, that room full of books and scrolls. I think that could be really interesting for you. On the if we can on the way out just have a quick look see. Just keep an eye out.
I could see if I can slip off now if you like.
If you want to slip off, we'll go get the information. Yep, cool. And then I steady my pace back up to get to her.
Okay. Lord Sugar, you want to try and sneak off? Roll me a stealth check here.
11.
Maybe not.
Okay. She leads you, the 3 of you, through a double door into a large room. On the shelf, as you're looking forwards, the whole wall is books just stacked high on this bookshelf. Sat in this room, you have a few of the retinue of both Andros and Corvix, and Andros and Corvix themselves both sat at a desk that is angled towards the double door you walked in.
Okay.
She looks back at you and says, "Have a good day. Wasn't there 4 of you?"
You've got the best persuasion, haven't you? Who has the best persuasion?
Hang on, who's stealthed off?
Me.
All right, okay.
Dan's going to have a look see if there's any spells or any interesting books and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Who's got good? Oh, I've got +3 in persuasion. Shit.
I do not. I very much do not. Draco Justice is not a liar.
+4 persuasion.
You've got +4 persuasion. Do you reckon you can persuade her that there's only 3 of us?
Did Roddy just say we can't do that?
Oh,
she's addressing
all
the
of you.
group.
Yeah, she's addressing the group. It's not one to benefit you personally. It's one to benefit the group.
Okay.
So if you've got the best persuasion, it's best if you do that. To be like, no, there's only been the 3. Maybe there's someone else in the reception.
Yeah, I say something like 3. This is not the group you're looking for, and just wave my hand in front of her face.
Give me a persuasion.
15 +4, 19.
She scowls at you, goes, and then wanders off back to reception.
I mumble into my voice, "Don't me, silly woman."
Why are you trying to fight everyone? Just because you're playing chaotic neutral doesn't mean you have to be chaotic with every single living being you encounter. She's a receptionist, man. You're gonna shank her up in a minute because she's gonna talk to you funny. Why?
Fucking scowling at me.
Because you just lied to her face.
She nervously taps into you on the way past. And then carries on walking.
My eye twitches and I hold back.
For the first time in the whole campaign, he exhibits restraint.
But I do make a mental note of what she looks like.
Yes, but also Draco Justice knows what just happened there, and he's proud of you. He's proud of Monorail. He's not saying it, but he's feeling it.
Corvix addresses you. "Gentlemen, lady, please, take a seat."
Okay.
Draco will sit.
I'll take your pew next to Draco.
Now, you have come to our lands to relieve us of the goings on that's happening in our area. There's a lot. Not going to lie to you. So we headed to the docks this morning because we didn't think you were going to make it. We saw the Kraken. It was too late. Our watchers hadn't hardly any time to react. So we feared the worst, and we thought a presence of ourselves at the front would steal your resolve, basically.
Right. We do appreciate that. The Kraken, it veered away from the ship. It's as though it was toying with us. Not quite sure why, but obviously you've seen this Kraken. Is it always around the shore, or is this the first you would have seen of the Kraken?
I'm going to say yes.
He's going to say yes. Is it true though? I want to do I'm just noticing, because the background, and it's just to fit why my character would be thinking this way. The background of Draco Justice, his order is all about law and order, and often work as kind of counsel or arbiters and those type of things. So he's naturally used to examining people for the truth, and that's kind of what he gears himself around. So while Andros is speaking and Frank is gently questioning him, Draco, Corvix, my mistake. Draco just wants to just check Corvix and just see if he buys what he's selling.
Roll me an insight check.
It's a 6. It's a 6. So it's not a good roll. It's not a good roll. Bearing in mind, I've got +4 on insight, and I rolled a 6. That's makes me sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seems legit, right? Seems legit.
The Krakens are more frequent these days. There's been a growing and talks of cultists that worship these creatures.
I almost cut him off and say, "What about the ghosts?"
Which ghosts?
Doesn't matter.
There are so many ghosts.
Hey.
Most of them travel by boat.
So yeah, the activities of these cultists have been growing. They tend to stick to the shores. Well, this is just a warning to you all. I want you to be aware that the cult is massing quite big, and frequently we're trying to get an idea of their numbers, basically.
Do we know the head of the cult? Do we have a name, or do we know roughly who it may be? Or what
it comes down
to
to discuss that. We need help from you to begin with.
Okay. Interesting.
We've only just met you.
Right. So you want us. The main issue with your land is the fact that these cultists are basically creating havoc, causing krakens to appear, misty veils to show up on your land.
Misty Veil's been there for a while.
Okay, so we were speaking to one of your traders in the local inn who advised us of the cultists as well, and saying that they're causing quite a stir. So I don't know how you expect us to deal with the cultists if you're not going to give us any information about the cultists.
It's down to trust. This is Andros talking. It's down to trust.
Okay,
we've got to trust you, and you've got to.
If we don't know what we are getting ourselves into, how can we actually assist?
Draco's going to jump in here because he thinks he's found a moment where he can shine.
Cool.
And he's going to say, "Gentlemen, it seems that what you have here is chaos, and the answer to chaos is justice. And my name is Draco Justice, and my party is a sort of Justice League here."
Why'd you have to go down the DC route?
feel guilty about talking about Batman's nipples and Joel Schumacher died, so I'm making up for it now.
It's beautiful. I'm with it.
The Draco Leagues of Justice.
That's right. Draco's Justice League, and here we are. So I believe if you could give us just a little to work with, perhaps we can bring justice to your shores. As a League of Justice.
Roll me
That's my name. My name is Draco Justice.
Please get him at 20. For the love of God. Your speech was...
Ooh, fucking hell. 15. Sorry, I thought I rolled a 3, so I shat myself thinking I got it right. So it's a 15 for persuasion.
We did have a job for you, but we'll upgrade you to the next one.
Ooh.
Head south along the coast. You'll come across cliff face. About half a mile after that, the cliff face slopes down towards the beach. On the beach, there's various caverns and caves. In there, we know the cult is working and establishing an outpost from there.
Wow.
Okay.
And what we shall do, if my party agrees, is journey south and face these brigands and bring you answers and bring you a degree of justice to your chaos. As I mentioned previously, I am Draco Justice and this is the Justice League.
I turn to Draco and be like, for justice.
Justice.
I'll lean back to Frank. Do you think they understood the justice angle? I think I made that very clear.
Maybe push a little bit more.
Okay.
Any information you can bring us, scrolls, ledgers, journals, plans, a survivor, will be greatly rewarded.
Okay.
I don't know if you've met our party member Bonarail, but I'm not sure about the survivors. We'll try. We will try.
It's optional.
I promise.
Oh, that's good. Why, I would expect no less.
Just as a side question, then,
Justice? Justice, yes?
Justice. All about the justice. In fact, actually, I'll wait until we're about to leave. Sorry. So, yes. Cool. So, head south across the coast, come across the cliff face, go down onto the beach. In the cabin, you want us to murder everyone bar one?
One or two.
Yeah, okay, cool. And then bring back all the information that we come across, any ledgers, any diaries, any scrolls, transcripts, anything along those lines. Seems fairly simple. It's what we do. As Draco advised, we've done this several times in the League of Justice. And this is what we will bring to you. Justice.
Andros speaks up. Fill this quest for us, bring us information, and if you can, a living person. He points to one of his guards and they present a couple of pairs of shackles, no key. So once they're locked until you return here.
Okay.
If you could bring a survivor, it would be greatly appreciated.
I lean forward and grab them very quickly.
Oh, God.
We can't offer a lot, but we can offer at least 300 gold pieces for your party.
I'm not enough for money, but I'll take it.
Yep. Well, I'm glad Lord Sugar wasn't here, so we tell him we get offered about.
Well, we will. When we have fought this chaos, and we return with justice, we will take your payment, but not because that is why we do this. Because we do it for justice, but also because we need the money. I'm sorry, I forgot where I was going with this, Frank.
We need to build the halls of justice. This League of Justice. doing right now.
Thank you. That's where I was getting to. So we need to raise the money to build the halls of justice that we've just decided on.
Fair enough. Happy hunting to you all. Tread carefully.
Okay. Do you have are we bringing him back to here, or do you have an outpost that's closer to the cliff face? Because obviously, we're going to be causing quite a scene there. I imagine that the walk back is going to amass quite a lot of trouble. Is there an easier way to come back hither, or a place where we can store the survivors?
There is a guard post at the south entrance.
Back hither. Good work, Reg.
So the guard post at the south part
at the
of
south
the cabin.
entrance. What I'll do, I'll divert once they return a couple of our scouts, and they will head out. They'll be after you, and they will monitor the area. If you come into any trouble on your way back, they will assist you.
Okay, cool.
I got. Tell me when you're done, Reg, because I'm going to finish up with a line. I got a line ready.
Okay, I was just wondering if they've had any dagger wielding maniacs, female maniacs that go by the name of Millie, but I'm not going to ask that. I want your line. So
I'm gonna look at Andrew, look at the two chaps, and just say, "We will go. We will complete this quest, and we will return with a captive, and we'll do it as swift as lightning." And lightning's going to crackle around Draco's mouth. He's not going to breathe lightning and shoot anywhere, but he's just going to let it crackle around so that they know that he can breathe lightning if he wants to, and he's going to bring justice as swift as lightning.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm not there to see or hear any of this.
Yeah. I thought you were going with for the Flash then, and I was trying to think, fuck, who's got a hammer that we can use in the thing, but I don't. It's the only thing I can think of to use as a hammer, unfortunately.
Then, farewell. Good hunting. Over to you, Lord Sugar.
I thought we just said goodbye. Sorry, that's awkward now. I said goodbye, you said goodbye, and I made the lightning. That was my goodbye, and now you said goodbye again, and this is awkward.
I turn to Draco and just be like, humans, eh?
Frank, I don't speak to many people. This has been quite difficult today, I must admit. I met a woman for the first time.
Draco, you have done proud. You've done me proud.
Thank you, Frank. That does mean a lot. I thank you.
I'm here. Okay, for justice.
Justice League.
And then we just get up, walk out all together in a fancy strut with Draco.
Is that where you do the
slow motion?
Vegeta and Goku fist bump as you head towards the enemy. Yeah.
Yeah. I want Draco to whistle our theme tune on the way out.
It's a vegan police high five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord Sugar.
Yes. What?
You have snuck off from the group. You are in a room. You've pushed the door a bit more closed and kind of using it as a shield to hide behind. In this room, it's quite spacious. There's various scrolls, maps, books, ledgers. There's two people working in here, a male and a female. The male has an augmented arm, and the female has a huge monkey wrench attached to her back. And she's wearing a top hat with goggles. The male also has goggles on his head. She turns and looks at you and goes, "Hello." And that's where we'll leave it.
Oh shit! Sorry, I thought there was no one in there. That was my bad, mate.
Yeah, no, it's all right because I can play the old man senile card. Just be like, oh, I got a bit lost. I don't know where my party's gone.
And then we walk out with 4, and so the receptionist would be like, "See, told you, 4."
Everybody run! Everybody run!
Well, it's getting exciting.
It is. I was
not that it wasn't already.
I well thought we were going to have some combat tonight, but it looks like next week's one is just going to be full of it.
That's right.
Well, I tried.
full of non-Bonerail instigated violence.
It's just, like you said, it's what we always done in the practice thing as well, is we're like, right, okay, this is a very simple task. Go to the inn, drop our shit, go to Civil Centre, get done what we're told to do. And then we're like, actually, let's spark off a conversation with this guy. Let's go do this. Let's do this, that, and the other.
Let's fight everyone we see.
And then an hour and a half, we finally get to the civil building to be like, right, sorry, shit, yeah, we were meant to be here about an hour ago.
Yeah, it does happen. Like, as soon as you hit an area, you're like, is there anything around? You're like, oh, there's this person sat there, and you're like, okay, have a chat with him. And then he's got his own story, and you're like, fuck, right, there's 2 hours wasted. Shit. But when it comes to combat might last longer.
Yep, same time next week.
Indeed.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.